on? What's going on? Just checking in with you, making sure you can hear me loud and clear. It's your boy Zeke. I won't be cammed up tonight, guys, but I will be here in the booth on the ones and twos to be able to discuss what we need to talk about here. As you see the title, Ohio State wins 24 in a row. Can anyone stop them from that fourth straight title? We'll find out. Right now, we're going to let a few more people get in. I know we got a late start here, but we are here nonetheless. Let me know, guys, if the voice is meshing up with the music, how much I need to come down on the music. Right now, we vibing. Ronnie football in the building. I love doing the podcast because this is a time where I can come and hang out with the gang. Dior Gore, what's going on? My boy EJ Strouder in the building. Isaiah Frost, Zach Tank, Maddie King. Shout out to y'all. Samaje. Go ahead, hit that like button for me, man, if y'all can. This is the RFL College Series Bowl Week. I'm going to turn this down some as we are here. Might as well get rolling. How you guys feeling in the chat today? Wednesday night. First podcast since episode 6. That was like back in week 10. Or probably even before that, actually. Maybe like, I'm not sure. You might have to check on that for me. But nonetheless, how you guys feeling after this season? We done wrapped up. We ready for bowl week. Just got done with all the conference title games. If you're just tuning in for the season, we are officially done with all our conference title games, as we'll go over those games shortly here and look ahead towards our bowl game setup. So if you just give us 1 second here, I will get a couple things set up in just a second, guys. What's going on, guys? I am officially here. It is podcast time. Rashad Mitchell in attendance. Bo Sanders. A couple more guys came through. What's going on, Muda, man? Appreciate you, Evans. What's going on with you guys, man? We are here, and we are going to go ahead and get things kicked off. Let me go ahead and get this turned down some in the back. Let's throw that in the background. How you guys doing tonight, man? It's your boy Zeke Pruitt. Officially here at the end of the season, guys. We are bowl week bound, guys. And I just want to start off by giving Ohio State their kudos. 24 straight wins in the college series. That is a fantastic feat. And I will, without further ado, release the final rankings headed into the bowl week here, guys, which I have not released just yet, so I will go ahead and do that right now as we see our final top 25 headed into bowl week, with Ohio State, of course, 13-0 record. They've been great all season long. We got Clemson coming in at 11-2, just an incredible season, closing out only 2-loss team in the nation. And then you had those where it got a little tricky there with those 3 teams that are 10-3. And of course, it was a lot taken into consideration. I even added people on the committee just so you guys could feel a little more comfortable there with more, just more thoughts and more ideas on the job and more opinions, just from guys watching the series all year long and really devoted to what's going on. So these are the official rankings, guys, and as you can see, that definitely tells you all you need to know. So congratulations to the top 4 teams that made it in to the college football playoffs for College Series 6. Big time season for these guys, and as you can see, just going down the list, Michigan at 5 here, Oregon at 6, Bama 7, Georgia 8, Oklahoma 9, Tennessee 10, Penn State 11, Florida State 12, North Carolina 13, LSU 14, Miami 15, and then of course Colorado, UCLA, Oregon State, Florida, SC, MSU, Iowa, Auburn, Mississippi State, TCU, rounding out that last 16 through 25. So yes, as you guys can imagine, that was the biggest talk of the town, obviously. Ranking those last 4 teams, obviously it was Michigan and Utah, right? Because we know Clemson was in, even Texas getting their their conference title. They clinched their spot as well with teams like Georgia losing, and believe it was, who else was that lost, guys? I'll bring it up soon, actually, so we can talk about it. But nonetheless, we are set up for an amazing college football playoffs, and the thought process behind Utah and Michigan was just the schedule, just the strength of the schedule. It was pretty much even, pretty much the same. We decided to go with Utah just because they took a much less of a loss in that conference title game. Not to mention that they've beaten, I believe, 6 bowl eligible teams this season compared to Michigan's 3 bowl eligible teams that they've beaten this season. And also to add on to that, both teams have beaten a college football playoff team this season. Texas has been beaten, and I believe, Utah defeated Clemson in that first game of the season, if you guys could think back to when that took place. So it was very tough, and I know those guys, those Michigan guys are not going to be happy about that. Trust me, it was tough making this decision. I brought a lot of guys on board for this decision, but it just is what it is, man. One team has to get in. Yeah, so Utah has that win over Clemson, who's 11-2, so they one of the teams that given them those 1 of 2 losses, and then Michigan had defeated Texas. So it was a tough one, surely, but when it came down to it, Utah, they've beaten much tougher teams, I feel, this season, and their defense is really where it lies in their success. No shade to Johns and the Colorados, but they just get it done on both sides of the field, and the strength of schedule was just a little bit more appealing to the committee here, and that got them the nod. So Utah officially does get that nod into the college football playoffs, guys. As we dip into some of these conference games, if you guys weren't around to see these games, let's go ahead and jump into a couple of them here. Let me see, I changed the placement of it, so let me find what folder. So we did get things started with that Clemson-Miami game. If you were tapped in for that one, that one was a crazy game. Of course, it started off our conference championship games in crazy fashion as Miami went down 17-22 to Clemson. And Bo Sanders, another 100-yard rushing game, a kid that's up for the running back award. Definitely a finalist in that category. We all know Sebastian Como had his best game of the season, 9 receptions for 98 yards. And, just an amazing game for Clemson to be able to close out. We all know what Robert Gunn III was able to do. He was able to knock down some key field goals, some key kicks to get this team the victory that they needed, as Miami just fell a bit short. We all knew coming in this year that the offense wasn't going to be as great as what it could be. We weren't sure what Eric Alcorn could do under center. It was a pretty up and down season. I'm not sure how you'd grade it, overall, in the chat, you guys could probably tell me something there. But, you know, at the end of the day, Miami did take the loss here in Clemson, showing why they were at the top of the ACC all season long with an 11-2 record. And I'm looking forward to seeing these guys in the playoffs. Did you guys think that they could make the playoffs this season before this year started? I know they were highly talked about, and they might have started off in a way where they probably wanted to be a little more dominant, but at the end of the day, they ended up being 11-2, and all those players on the team ended up paying off and getting it done. So I wouldn't be mad at a good old Caden Ferragamo meetup with his old team, right? So that would be fun to see. That would definitely be fun to see, in my opinion. That is. How would you guys feel about that matchup? That would be more of a personal matchup there, more than anything. But yeah, that was a big time win. And then we after that Friday night, we went ahead to the Big 12. And we took care of this Oklahoma-Texas business. They had some business to take care of. And Texas got the job done here. 17-19, another close game. Remember, I told you these games were all pretty close, especially to start the conference championship games, as Texas won 19-17, 10-3 record this season. So again, one of their better years in the college series as Oklahoma finishes 8-5. Not a bad season for the Sooners. Just not going to cut it to win this Big 12 championship, with Casey Robinson doing his job, 19 for 26. Pretty efficient, 232, a touchdown and an interception. Jackson Belt running all over the field with 174 yards. And Jamie Tyler III doing what he did the week before, racking up 108 yards and a touchdown, which he pretty much did the same thing the week before. Either I think he was 2 yards short or 2 yards over. But nonetheless, Texas with 2 back-to-back tough wins, and they are crowned the champions of the Big 12 this past Friday night, as we moved along to Saturday night's action between Alabama and Georgia. Good old SEC battle. And man, we thought that was going to be a good one, but it turned out to be 43-6. And I don't know if you guys were joining me on that one. That might have, I told you guys the other night that felt like the longest game I've ever called, just because I feel like Bama was just on the field the whole game. But 43-6, Alabama taking down Georgia in just a wild way. 9-4 here on the season for both teams. And as you know, most of the time these two will end up meeting up again. That's wait on, let me see if they meet up again in a bowl game, or is that am I thinking of another team? But yeah, this was a crazy one. I gotta say, this was a crazy one. No, I'm thinking of another team, actually. I'm thinking of those good old guys that got us, but we'll get there later. Don't say nothing in the comments just yet, because I need my moment. So I know who they playing, but I need to have a talk with these people, man, because CS4 really just got my mind blown. And you guys ever around for CS4, you know how I felt about this bowl game. Yeah. But anyway, we got one coming for you guys after that, though. Don't worry. Alabama's not done. Georgia's not done just yet. But Bama, goodness gracious, why do you guys have to do that to the Bulldogs? It was a little personal for me. It was a very tough watch for me. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to just keep it real with you. I mean, 22 yards for Zach Tank. Oh, man. St. Clair, 68 yards, 145 yards, two interceptions. Adam Hatake, we know, just had one of the worst games he could have possibly had. And Landon Gregory had one of the best games he could have possibly had. 247 yards. So big time win for Bama as they take home that SEC title in CS6 here, guys. And Sunday night, yeah, that was a rough one, Zach. I know it was for you, especially for you being the dog you are. I believe you was the nation's leader in rushing yards. So congrats to you as a freshman for making that happen. But we moved on to Sunday night's action, the Pac-12, which I know you guys know this is the final Pac-12 title game of all time, as these guys are gonna be moving around here, and the Pac-12 is pretty much depleted now, so they're going to be getting over to a new conference, each of these teams. which will be exciting to go over, especially in CS7 when we get the actual game. But nonetheless, they did go up against, it was an Oregon-Utah matchup. Very tough game. Again, one of those tight games, which for the most part was all of the games in the conference finals except for that Bama-Georgia game. But Oregon taking care of business here, 2-0 this season against Utah. So Utah just really not able to get Oregon's number. Oregon pretty much dominating the Pac-12 the last 2 seasons. So we got to take that into account. And they just pretty much ran the Pac-12 all the way to the end. So big ups to the Oregon Ducks for getting that W, locking in, getting that 9th win on the season. And they really almost, you know, they had Utah sweating. Utah wasn't sure if they was going to make it in due to that, but they did get it, you know, they did get in nonetheless due to the difficulty of the schedule and just the amount of, you know, the point differential in their losses. They pretty much played everybody tough. If you did beat Utah, you know, you really had to get one over on them because it was just tough. So, you know, big ups to Oregon though. Nonetheless, they did take them down. Oregon was actually 0-2 historically against Utah, but they did get their first win against them in a big time way in this title game, which would be their, like I said, their 2nd straight Pac-12 title, moving on to their new conference, because I do believe Oregon is going to be in the Big Ten. Could be wrong, but I think Oregon's supposed to be in the Big Ten and Utah in the Big 12. So Texas better look out because Utah is the coming. Utah will be in that Big 12, and it won't be pretty for you boys over there because they will be rolling. And Oregon heading over to that Big 10 to take on that challenge with those guys, those Ohio States and Michigans and all that. So that's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out as we moved on to the big game, guys. The big one, you know, that Monday night. That Monday night game. I don't know if you was there for that. A rematch of week 13. Michigan and Ohio State. It was much different this time around. You know, Kong Morris in the chat. It was just a 21-29 game last time. And to Michigan's credit, they pretty much did the same thing, 20 points this time instead of 21. But the difference was Ohio State kicked in another gear, started letting it fly a little bit, changed up some things, and kind of got a different rhythm going for themselves offensively these last couple of games. The last 2 games against Michigan, able to show some offensive, you know, weapons and really lock in. Dylan Lewis having a nice game. 24 for 38, 264, 2 touchdowns. He also had a rushing touchdown, so 3 total. Stone just having an unbelievable freshman year on the ground, 184 yards rushing, and then Toro doing his thing with 92 yards and a touchdown. Big ups to Talon Ross, 119 yards, back-to-back games with 100-plus yards and a touchdown. So shout out to this guy right here, Talon. Deuce Young, it was a bit of a struggle. Didn't really get too many touches, just 13 attempts, 50 yards. So it looks like he could have did a lot more damage with the football, but they had to cover that ground. So at some point they ran out of time and had to start letting it fly due to KJ, you know, throwing the football 39 times, but he did complete it 24 times, almost similar to Dylan down there. Just 10 more yards than Dylan and a touchdown more, but still 3 total. But he did get that interception. So again, these 2 guys been leading that Mackey award all season long from the top to the finish here. I'm not sure if anybody crept in there for you guys in the race. Let me know in the comments if a couple players might have crept in that Mackey Award race. But these 2 guys have been going at it. Last 2 weeks, both of them have been pretty good. But at the end of the day, Dylan Lewis and the Buckeyes came out on top. And now they're sitting here undefeated, 13-0. With 2 games remaining, they're going to try to challenge Georgia for that 15-0 season with a championship on top. So let's see if they can make that happen. They are just 2 wins away from doing just that after defeating Michigan in the Big Ten Conference Championship. That's 5 conference titles in the last 6 seasons of the college series. So Ohio State really showing their dominance in this series. I think that's 5 in the last 6. And then I believe that's I want to say the last 3 years, because somebody did sneak. I'm trying to look back here. Somebody snuck one in there. I ain't gonna lie to you. Somebody snuck one. Who was that? Was that like Penn State or somebody snuck a Big Ten championship? I meant to ask you guys what happened that year. What was that all about? I would love to know. But I'm looking for it here actually. Oh, okay. Minnesota. CS2. So, right. So that's when Georgia won that title, right? When they went undefeated and all that. So Minnesota beat Iowa in CS2. And then since then, Ohio State has won them all. So CS3, CS4, CS5, and now CS6. So 4 straight Big Ten titles for Ohio State. And they won CS1 as well. So it was just that CS2 where they didn't get the job done, which is why there's 5 out of 6 conference titles in there. They've won the last 3 championships. It's just crazy, like, to even talk about, like, this dominance is just wild. It's only been 6 seasons and they've won 3 out of 6 championships, trying to win 4. It'll be 4 out of 6, really. So I just listen, I don't know, I don't get it, but you know, shout out to Pecan and these guys, man, because they've been running the college series over there at Ohio State, and nobody's been able to stop them. And now they have a chance to go 15-0. So we're gonna see what they end up doing in this ball game, guys. We're gonna see, as that's gonna wrap up the games that we had in those conference title games, guys. And now we are going to officially look at the schedule we have coming for you guys for bowl week. Let's check these games out. We got ourselves 9 bowl games coming up to you guys right here, as you see on your schedule. It'll be 9 bowl games. So make sure you guys come out, tune in. We'll have mostly 2 games a day starting tomorrow. Friday will be the only day we have just 1 game. So you guys make sure you tune in, make sure you come out and show some love and support to all your favorite players and favorite college teams, because it is going down officially starting tomorrow. We're going to kick it off with the Liberty Bowl, or actually the Music City Bowl, between North Carolina and UCLA. Then we're going to run over. That's going to come on at about 5 p.m. Or actually, we're going to go 4 p.m. Eastern. So 4 p.m. Eastern tomorrow is where we kick things off with the Music City Bowl. Then that night, tomorrow night, we're going to go with the Liberty Bowl, Penn State versus Colorado. So some really interesting matchups here that I can't wait to see. And then we're going to go over Friday night, just the 1 game. We got Miami versus Oregon State, which should be a tough one. Actually, I'm sorry. The Outback Bowl is LSU and Oregon State. So I did that one wrong. I think I did the graphic wrong. So let me go back. So Thursday is the Liberty Bowl. It's gonna be Penn State, Colorado. So I meant to change that one right there. Friday is Outback Bowl, LSU, Oregon State. So swap those 2 games. That's where I messed it up, guys. That's where I messed it up. And let me keep going here. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find this text, bro. My bad, y'all. Okay, so can somebody just give me a bell right now, or some type of just give me some type of sound for just totally screwing up this whole thing. If Pecan's watching, bro, just put the dagger in my heart, bro. Like, at this point. Just do it now. I gotta fix this graphic, guys. Again, just a lot going on and trying to get everything done, and I kind of screwed this graphic over. So I do have to rework this, but I'll read you off the schedule. Yeah, Frost, I need one. I need one. Cause I totally like botched this graphic. Honestly, what's going on, Colo? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, I killed this graphic. But so I'll read off what the actual bowl games are, guys, and when I actually post it up tonight on Instagram or tomorrow morning, it'll have the correct games up. there. So we'll start, like I said, tomorrow night, or yeah, we'll go with the Music City Bowl between Carolina and UCLA. That's going to start at 4 p.m. Eastern. Then Thursday night, we got Penn State, Colorado in the Liberty Bowl. Then Friday, we got the Outback Bowl, which is going to be LSU and Oregon State. That's going to be 8 p.m. And then Saturday, we got 2 games again. 4 p.m., we got the Peach Bowl, Tennessee versus Florida State. And then that night, we got the Sugar Bowl between Georgia and Utah. And then we got Sunday, we got the Orange Bowl between Michigan and Clemson. Sunday night, we got Texas, Ohio State. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Okay, I knew I wasn't that crazy. So I'm good. Okay, I was like, all right, take my bells back. Give me my bells back. I knew I wasn't. Can I have my bells back? Golly. Hold on. All right, I ain't lost my mojo after all. Okay, appreciate you, P. So I'm good, right? The schedule's solid. So yeah, we good on the screen. So let's just check out the screen. I thought I lost my mojo a little bit there, cause boy, I got so many messages I'm trying to go through with Pecan and in the chat. So I'm trying to get to the right chats, man. It's all over the place, but I'm getting it together. So yeah, so what you see on the screen, guys, is actually official. That I was reading another schedule, so I had it wrong. So what you see on the screen, I'm gonna let you take a second there. Let's do some predictions here. What do you guys think? Who do you guys have winning these games? Yeah, my DMs are all over the place. But now I'm looking at the right DM now. I see it. So yeah, guys. So yeah, this is the actual schedule. So tomorrow we'll have 2 games a day, except for Friday. Yeah, LSU's playing Colorado. The championship game? No. No. That was I think I was just reading last week's schedule, right? Or like a couple weeks ago or something like that. Yeah, so this is gonna be it. We got 2 games a day, and then Friday just 1 game. So y'all make sure y'all pop out tomorrow. That's gonna start everything off. Again, as you see on the screen, these are the official games right here on the screen. So again, Thursday 5 p.m., but it's gonna actually be 4 p.m. I'm still reading it wrong. 4 p.m., not 5 p.m. I gotta go 4 just to, give me that little space in between. So 4 p.m. we got Carolina, UCLA. I think I'm going to take, wow, I feel like they're both like very similar, but I'm gonna take North Carolina. I'm gonna take North Carolina on the road to defeat UCLA. Then that night, LSU, Colorado. That's gonna be a fun game right there. Both very similar. Yeah, both very similar, but I'm gonna take, wow. I just want LSU to get the I'm gonna go LSU. I'm sorry, Colorado. I got love for y'all. I like a lot of people on that team, but yeah, I think I'm gonna take LSU on this one, man. Take LSU to get that bowl, to take the Liberty Bowl. Then the Outback Bowl Friday night, Miami, Oregon State. I feel like Miami's been playing some tough football as of late. Oregon State took a tough loss their last time out. I think I'm just gonna have to go with Miami Friday night in the Outback Bowl. That's just my bold prediction there. Saturday 4 p.m. Peach Bowl, Tennessee, Penn State. I gotta rock with Tennessee. Saturday night at 8 p.m. Sugar Bowl, Georgia, Michigan. Wow. I want to say it's a great game, but the way Michigan lost last time out and the way Georgia lost last time out, I really don't know at this point. But wow, I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one. I'm gonna just stay out of that one. I don't want no smoke. gonna stay out of that one. I think that one has good potential right there. I'm gonna stay out of that though. I don't want to get in that mix. Sunday at 4 p.m. we got Texas and Clemson. Ooh, two great teams. Both teams look interesting on offense at times. Both defenses are stellar, top notch. But Sunday, I think I'm gonna put my money with Clemson. I'm gonna take Clemson against Texas to take down the Longhorns, but I do think Texas is gonna put up a fight. But I got Clemson coming away with the win in our 4 p.m. Orange Bowl game. And then Sunday night, the Cotton Bowl, 8 p.m. Eastern. We got Utah versus Ohio State. Wow. And that's going to be a great game. Again, I ran rave about this Utah defense. They did lose 16-10 last time we seen them, but they still gave up only 16 points, and it was a tough 16 that Oregon had to come across. So I would love to see how this defense does against a hot Ohio State right now. Ohio State's been coming across the points pretty nicely lately these last couple of weeks. So, these guys are for sure 20 plus points a game, maybe 25 at least. So you got to keep an eye on that. Let's see what Utah is able to give up or what they don't give up. But nonetheless, 8 p.m. Sunday night, Cotton Bowl is going down. Utah and Ohio State should be a crazy matchup, guys. That should be a crazy matchup. So, just be careful. Stay tuned in for that game. Tune in for that game, but you guys on the field, be careful. That's going to be a good one. Colorado, Dylan Lewis, y'all better watch out now because it's some heavy hitters on both sides. It's not going to be pretty. And then, of course, Monday, we got our two games. We got the Fiesta Bowl at 4 p.m. Eastern, Florida State versus Oklahoma. I'm going to take Oklahoma in that game. And then we got Monday night closing out our bowl games. Of course, the Rose Bowl, going to be Oregon versus Alabama. That is going to be a treat. The way Alabama's been playing and closed out the season strong, I'm a little bit nervous for Oregon, especially seeing them against Utah, right? I'm a little bit nervous. But at the end of the day, Oregon, they've been great all season as well. They're very clutch. They know how to get wins late in the game. Corey Baines is tough. Jones is tough. So it's going to be a tight one. I want to say my gut is telling me Bama, but I got Oregon pride just because I rock with the Oregon guys. So I'm going to go with Oregon. I'm going to go with Oregon for the upset. I'm going with Oregon to take down Alabama for that Rose Bowl. And I'm going to go with, I'm going to leave that Sunday game alone too. I don't want no smoke. So Saturday night and Sunday night games, I'm going to stay out of those. I'm going to just call them and enjoy them without any predictions. I'm going to let y'all handle that. But, I do believe that those two games are going to be great. Monday night, though, I'm going to give it to Oregon. I think Oregon's going to take that one. And that's going to do it for our bowl games, guys. Again, remember to tune in tomorrow night. It's going down. We're going to start one off at 4 p.m. though. We got two games coming, right? 4 p.m. we got North Carolina, UCLA. 13th ranked North Carolina against 17th ranked UCLA. Kicking off at 4 p.m. Eastern. You guys let me know who you got in the Music City Bowl. Carolina or UCLA. And then that night, we got that Liberty Bowl coming to you guys. LSU and Colorado. Number 14 versus 16 in that Liberty Bowl. 8 p.m. the same night. Got a nice doubleheader going. Shout out to my boy Samaj J. Sims and Jay Johnson on the cover there. So make sure you guys are there for tomorrow night's matchup. Two good matchups going and coming to you tomorrow. Two bowl games, Music City and the Liberty Bowl. As we wrap up this part of the segment here, guys. Again, if you guys have any questions, let me know in the chat. We will have award finalists coming out as well. I'll be putting up a list for awards finalists, and then we'll go over winners. I believe we'll do that after we crown a champion, but we will at least put the award finalists out there just so people know that they're candidates, that they are official finalists and whatnot for each position there. So be sure to check out to see if you made it and see if you are a finalist for the certain awards, the particular awards that we have coming out this season, because as you all know, we have the same ones we've been doing, and it did get tricky. It is a lot that went on and a lot that we had to cover a lot of talent that we had to take into consideration. But we did finally get the guys that we felt was the best for the job. Again, added in a lot more on the committee. So it just wasn't, me or a few people. It was actually a nice sized committee. So, it came from a good place, and it came from people that's having honest opinions and good analysts, analyzing the game and the season. So we are currently looking at the candidates, and we will be choosing soon. But I do want to put out a list. In the Discord and on Instagram, just for the viewers to be able to see for themselves and be able to give their own thoughts and input on who should win what awards. But it's definitely been a nice topic, and it's brought up a lot of great games to talk about that happened over the season, and things of that nature. But before I get out of here, guys, I do want to just know if you guys have any questions moving forward. Also, I just want to take a look at some of the league leaders. Actually, you know what? We'll do that I'll do that. I'll put the graphic I've been working on, and I'll put that on Instagram and Discord for you guys. So we'll check out league leaders, just to hype up things a little bit for those awards. But again, guys, tomorrow night, we got 2 games coming to you. 4 p.m. We got the Music City Bowl. 8 p.m. we got the Liberty Bowl. So you guys make sure you pop out to that, tune in. I'll be looking at the questions for right now over the next 5 minutes. I'll be answering any questions you guys may have, anything you feel I needed to cover, or you wanted me to go over. This is the time for me to do so. As we'll just go, I'll let the music go for a little bit, and I'll be chilling right here waiting for you guys. Shout out to my boy Samaje. Leading rusher as a rookie got me that award. Facts. I don't know, man. I'll say facts to you, the leading rusher, but I don't know if you're gonna get the award. But we'll see. What up, Perk? What's going on, fam? What's going on to everybody in the chat? What's going on, y'all? I'm just here for a few minutes, just chatting it up, talking CS6 or whatever else we need to talk. We almost wrapping things up, guys. We got bowl games, and then we got the playoffs. And yes, we are still kicking off with high school, guys. Don't worry, I'm still locked in on that. Just as you all know, April was a rough month for me. It was one of the most, devastating months I've ever endured, honestly. But May, I'm coming back strong. It's the first of the month, and I'm locking in on a lot of things that need to get done. So stay tuned for that first season of high school coming, because we got a lot of prospects. And we got a lot of guys starting to get offers, and they, and soon on CS7, on that CS7 stage, you're gonna see some of your favorite high school players that you've seen in this season, in this mod here that we got going for the high school players. So make sure you stay tuned. And no, we're not gonna do the awards tonight. We're gonna actually I want to put out the candidates either tonight or tomorrow, and then I want to do another segment over the weekend. Maybe even Friday night, P. Maybe Friday night, since we only got one game. I could either do it before the game, like a pre-game show. I could just do the awards, right? Maybe that'd be nice. Pre-game show or something like that. Friday. What you think? We'll think of something nice, but that might be nice. That way that'll give me a couple of days here to do some graphics and get the final guys up there for a nice pregame show, award finalists, award winners. And then that way we just kind of move on to things, and we crown ourselves a champion, and we get on out of there, and we wrap up a historic season here, and we call it a day, and we get ready for the off season, because it's a lot of talks, a lot of portal talks. That transfer portal is going to open up soon. It's going to get shaky. So I ask everybody to keep calm, keep their cool, and have a solid demeanor. I don't need things getting messy in the chat or in the Discord. I need everybody to stand on business. Transfer where you need to transfer, and just move on. Guys, I know you're gonna get scrutinized. Some people gonna get scrutinized. Take it and keep it pushing. You know what you signed up for. If you're gonna move, you're gonna get some talk coming your way. That's how it is in real life. More those guys just turn the comments off. But ultimately, yes, everyone's not gonna agree with your decision. So, don't be sensitive to that fact. You know, just make your decision and stand on business and keep it pushing. There will be room for guys to flip. There will be a certain window to flip. Since it happens in real life, I do want to add that aspect, that feature into things, but it'll be a very small window, and for guys to be able to do that. But I do encourage you guys to transfer with a good intention of staying, strong intention of staying, please, just for my sake, and you know, me not having to run around and fixing things and stuff of that nature. So, you know, if you do decide you want to transfer, I just please stand on that decision and just go there. You know, I am, but I am going to open up just one final flip window, and you will have that opportunity, but I just want that to be far and few between. Like, just maybe 2-3 guys might be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna change, you know. But for the most part, if you're gonna leave, just stay put, you know, just stay put. And some guys are gonna want to reach out to me about that transfer they've used up already. Remember, you can't transfer if you've already used your transfer. That was a talk or a topic that we've had in the you know, previously. So we'll revisit that again shortly. But for right now, that's pretty much standing. You know, we don't want just a bunch of guys moving around every year. So guys who haven't moved will have the opportunity to move. But of course, certain situations will be tolerable. But just reach out and we'll discuss things. I'll take it to the board and I'll see if it's you know, if it's right, you know, and we'll go from there. But at the end of the day, we are going to stand strong on that transfer rule that we have in place. So, you know, don't take it personal. This is for everyone, right? We want to make that clear. This is something that's going for everyone. This isn't something just made against you and your player. I don't want people thinking that. This is something that's, you know, goes for everyone, the whole league. So, you know, we don't want to attack any staff or anybody, you know, any higher ups, as they say. We just, you know, we trying to keep things clean, and we trying to get things to you guys in the best way as possible. So be looking forward to that. You know, be looking forward to more high school news soon. Again, I'm just locking in, trying to get things going. I got 2 games I got to do tomorrow, so I'm gonna be pretty busy. But you guys, ultimately, I'm here rocking. I'm ready to go. I can't wait for the madness this off season to see what's really good. And other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. We got 2 games to call. I'll be in the booth. Make sure you guys pop out and show some love. I'll be here for a couple more seconds, you know, just looking in the chat just in case you got some questions. But other than that, it's your boy Zeke, man, and I'm out of here. You guys have a great night. Peace.